Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome everyone, my name is Jess Markowitz. I'm a star director from Las Vegas, and I'm celebrating my, thank you. I'm celebrating my 5-year Centiversary April 3rd, so I'm really excited. I get to walk the little 5-year walk at Reunion. Is anybody else gonna be in Nashville? Woo! Woo! Awesome. Yeah, I was so excited. Last year was in Vegas. I didn't have to do much. I got to sleep in my own bed and everything every night, so that was kind of cool. But I'm excited to go to Nashville, although cowboy boots are really expensive, so I'm a little nervous about trying to purchase those for the first time. Everybody wants me to, and I'm like, oh, I'm not a cowgirl type of chick, but anyways. All right, so today we are going to be talking about why your virtue or behavior in your business is going to create the fortune in your business. What questions you should ask before and after your purchasing transaction. Discuss a solid system that will maintain and build your business with the 2-2-2 system. And then discuss the importance of utilizing samples with the follow-up. So who can finish this sentence for me? The fortune is in the follow-up. Has anybody not heard of that before? Okay, that's okay. No, that's good. I was actually surprised there's more people than I thought that has never heard of it before, so I'm so glad you're here. Who can tell me what you think it is, especially somebody that has never heard of it before? What could that mean? That raised your hand over here. Or? Oh, okay, hi.
Following up with the people that are purchasing from you?
Yes, so okay, maybe I should clarify my question. What would be the benefit, or what would be the fortune of that happening, of actually following up, and what would be the result?
Another purchase.
Another purchase, yes, which turns into more income, revenue, yes, absolutely. Did you have anything else? You were going to say the same thing? Okay. I love your hat. How cute. Okay. So another fortune that I discovered, which I didn't even realize was so huge, after almost 5 years in the business, I realized after just getting over the flu, I was literally in bed for an entire week, everyone, trying to practice my presentation with no voice. That was kind of hard. I was trying to keep up with the time and everything, but nothing was coming out, so it was a little hard to actually practice. But the beauty about, there's my other half. This is Mitch. What are you doing? Okay, so what I found is when I was laying in bed for over a week, my business was still running. I was able to still get orders coming in, still get orders going out, and the business was just still running for me, even though I was laying in bed for an entire week. Now, I didn't have to worry about taking off time at work. I didn't have to worry about using my vacation time early in the year and losing it. I didn't have to worry about my, employees being mad at me or my bosses being mad at me or anything. It's such an aha moment. And I realized if I didn't establish such a solid follow-up system that created a very solid relationship with all my clients in the past 5 years, that would have really affected my entire month, because guess what? I've been traveling for the past almost 4 days now because I was at another spring sprint world tour. And so half of the month is already gone for me. So if I didn't have that, I would have been in trouble. I would have had to been scrambling for the last 2 weeks when I get back. So one of the things that made the aha moment happen, which I'll share with you guys, which I want to one day, hopefully soon, it's not immediate, but it does over time, that you will have the same relationship with your clients. My clients, when they found out that I was sick, were calling to see if they can bring me anything, were picking up their own orders, saying, no, stay in bed. And one lady actually brought me a bowl of soup with a little plant and a handwritten note saying, Jess, you rock, I hope you feel better soon. I was like, oh my God, this is so nice. But when I thought about it is, how did I get to that point? Well, she mimicked what I did for her. A few years back when she wasn't feeling good, I did the same thing for her. I called her and said, is there anything that I could do for you? Can I bring you anything? And I stopped off, and while I was bringing an order, which was I was going to do anyways, but I didn't have to, I stopped off and got her something special. So these are the tiny little things that sometimes we think are so small, but they're so huge, which are going to separate you from the next consultant. Because let's face it, everyone, we all sell the same thing, right? It's the same bar of Clean Breeze. You know, there's no uniqueness about that. Now, what we do with it and how we deliver it and how we treat our clients are totally unique. So let me ask you a question in the front. What makes you unique compared to me? Okay, and share with me something that you do for your customers. Handwritten notes are huge. They're small, but they're big to them. It's really, she said she makes handwritten notes, which it shows that you care because you took the time. How easy is it to print off 50 thank you cards real fast and just have them ready, right? But for her to take each time, every time the order comes, to make a handwritten note, it shows that she cares. Now, how long have you been with the business? 3 years. So she's a seasoned consultant, and the fact that she's still doing that, that shows her clients a lot. It shows, you know what, she values me just as much as she did the first time I bought from her, and I was just a customer. And because now I'm a client, I'm a repeat customer, which turns into a client. So they notice those things. So if I walked up to her client right now and was like, hey, I heard you like Clean Breeze, I got some right here, they'd be like, I'm good. I got my Scentsy consultant. She knows what I like, she takes care of me, and she writes me handwritten notes. You don't. And it's really the truth, though. People really value that. When you think about it, when they go shopping at Walmart, do they write little handwritten notes saying thank you for the whatever they buy, the laundry detergent they buy every couple weeks? No, they don't, right? So those are things that people really do value. Okay, so people do business with people they know, they trust, and they, what's the last one? Yes, like, yes, or respect. Now, these are the type of things that we must be doing in order to build that knowledge, so they feel like they know you and you know them. Instead of just like, oh, that's the lady I buy, or the guy I buy my wax from. What do they know about you? Do they know why you're doing this? Do they know what the passion is behind it? How did you get started in the business? Why did you become a Scentsy consultant? Do they know that you have a husband or a wife and 2 kids, or a dog that, you know, jumps on your lap whenever you're trying to, you know, I don't know, paint your nails, you know? So these are things that will make them laugh and make them think of you. Now, one of the biggest things we need to make them think about is not Scentsy itself, but you when they think of Scentsy. Your face should show up in their mind when they think of their products that they need more Clean Breeze. The first thing they should think of is your face should pop up. Now, take a second and think to yourself, does my client do I still have customers? Customers are one-time purchasers. Are they people that just have bought from me once and I've never really connected with them again? I don't really know who they are. I don't know what they do for a living. I don't know if they have kids. I don't know if they hate flowers, but I keep calling them every time a new flower scent comes out. You know, these are little things. So really ask yourself that. Do I really know my clients and what they like and what they don't like and why? They may not like Lush Gardenia, not because they don't like the smell. They may not like it because it reminds me of their grandma that used to drench herself in gardenia perfume when she was a little girl, and now the thought of it makes her gag. Have you ever heard a story like that? They're like, oh, and I actually like gardenias, but if it wasn't for grandma, I can't do it. That's a story that connects you with them. So then you don't want to be calling them what's that new scent with the gardenia that we just got? I know you just got them today, but there's a new scent with gardenia as well. I forget the name. You don't want to be calling her up saying, oh, you want to smell this new scent with gardenia? No, I don't. And you don't know what I like, do you? Okay. So Let's think about the fortune and financial that we talked about first. Let's face it, we all get started because it seems kind of nice to think that we can get a little money back, whether it's for our own commission, just back from our own purchases, or if it's we want to make a car payment, or we just don't want to ask our husband or wife that if we have enough money to get our nails done or go get a massage or something, right? So how many of you would like to make a $600 check every month? Awesome. How many have made a $600 check before? Great. Okay, so you in front, how did you do that?
I did a vending event and a fundraiser in the same month.
Awesome. How much in sales did you hit?
The fundraiser was over 1,000, and I don't remember how much the vending was.
Okay, so but I already know she hit over 2,000 in sales total that month because she made at least a $600 check. Anytime that you sell over $2,000, for any of you newbies, in any given month, you get a 5% sales bonus. Now, I don't know about you, but me, I like 30% more than 25%. So hitting that $2,000 goal should be what you strive for every single month so you can get your max commission. And so let's break that down. Now, anybody that's new, you're probably like, $2,000, what? I promise you it's done. You saw all those hands being raised. How many of you that have had a $2,000 month have a job as well, other than Scentsy? So it's so possible, right? Because most people, especially on my team, they'll say, well, Jess, I have a job too, because they think, you just do Scentsy, so of course you could do it. But they don't realize that I have a full-time business as well as a full-time director business and children, and I've got a life too. So I'm busy too, darn it. So it's totally possible. It doesn't matter how busy you are, but let me share with you a little secret. The busier you are, means the more people you see in a month. So you're more likely to hit 2,000 than somebody like me that does work from home full time, and I have to schedule to get myself out of the house to actually see people. Okay, that's the truth. All right, so let's break down a $2,000 month. The average order for Scentsy is about $40. That's just an average order, okay? And if we times that by 50 orders in a month, that's $2,000. Now, we all know that if you put them into a combine and save package and show them that, hey, you need something for your bathroom, girlfriend, or, let's do a 6-pack on top of that, whatever. If you're upselling, you pay attention to what they're buying. They're buying 2 Lunas. You can say, oh my gosh, you have to try the laundry care. That's going to raise those products up, and your $40 average is going to be risen, right? And you may not have to have 50 customer orders in 1 month. But let's just say that's what the average is, okay? That's actually 300 customers a year. And 600. Sorry, 600 customers a year. And then if you stick around as long as, what's your name? Misty has for over 3 years, she would have over 1,800 customers. That sounds like a lot to me. I would be overwhelmed. I don't know about you. So what's a way that we can still hit that $2,000 mark with as many customers as we need, but not have to have 600 customers in 1 year? Yay, the name of the presentation, follow up, yay. Thank you. Okay, so what are we going to be doing to follow up? I said in the beginning that we have to create a behavior in our business. What does that mean? That means that we have to actually train yourself specific tasks that you're going to be doing consistently. 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 I'm going to say that again. Consistently. Because you can have a rock star month and go, yay, I called all my people this month. But if you don't call them again for another 6 months, you're starting from scratch, right? And what is that going to create? Let's just say you haven't called your clients in 6 months. How do you think you're going to feel? Like Dookie, she said. Yeah, I would agree. And why? You let them down. Yeah, because they can't buy Scentsy without you, right? Or can they? They may have gone to somebody else that did ask and did take care of them, huh? And then whose bad is it? Ah, right? Okay, and then what's another reason why it might be kind of scary to call? Even if it wasn't 6 months, just on average, why do some people just are scared to pick up the phone? I'm sorry?
To hear them say no.
They don't want to hear no. Yeah. Misty, in 3 years, what are some things that you hear?
I just feel like I'm bugging.
Bugging. I hear that a lot. Yes. Okay. Any others? The way you feel, like what you would feel by picking up the phone, get kind of anxiety. Why would you get anxiety? Yes, you said it, nervous. But why would we get nervous? Huh?
Fear of talking to people.
Fear of talking to.
Yourself out there.
Yeah, okay. So what I have discovered is that fear or anxiety that is being built up of those nerves, the reason behind that is lack of confidence. And that confidence comes from lack of knowledge. You may have been slacking off a little bit and you haven't been on your workstation for a while. Maybe you haven't opened up the catalog in a while. Maybe you haven't been on a training in a while and you're like, oh, I know there's like all these promotions going on and something's out of stock, but I don't know what, but I got to call this person. And what if she asks me if this Lovey Bear is still around and I don't know if it is? And okay, I'll just call her tomorrow. Right? You start to feel like your confidence is down and you're scared because you don't want to look stupid. I don't like that word, but or uneducated or unprofessional when you make that phone call. So the only thing we can do is in our control. That's educate yourself. So some of the things that we could be doing is during our busy schedules, bring your catalog everywhere you go. You know, while you're at the dentist office, don't pick up the People magazine, pick up your catalog and start reading the fine print. And you know what? Busy people driving to work, driving home, get that training call on speakerphone, on Bluetooth if you've got it, on earpiece, and stop it. And then on the way home, fast forward through it and listen to it on the way home. Because even if you get 2 new nuggets, or now you know that Lovey Bear is out of stock, you're going to go, oh, okay, I knew she wanted it. Now I know it's out of stock. Now what do I do? Because I didn't call. You can now say, get your tools together, call around all your peeps, your maybe your team members, maybe fellow consultants in your area. I've got this client that she said she was thinking about getting it, but I dropped the ball. Does anybody have one in stock? It's just using your resources. That's going to build your confidence up. But here's another little secret. You don't have to know everything. You really don't. I've been doing this for 5 years full time from the second I started, like full throttle. And I can tell you right now, there's questions people ask me all the time that I'm like, oh, that's a great question. Let me ask, let me find out. And you know what? They're like okay with that. But guess what that does? That makes them think like, oh, maybe I could do this because she doesn't know everything. Because if you seem like, dun, 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 fancy consultant, I know everything, ask me anything. You're going to go, I can't do what she does, right? Awesome. Okay, so the system that I'd like to teach you today to help you start getting a consistency in your business that's going to create that long-term clientele, that's going to create that business coming to you on days that maybe, months that you just can't do parties. Now, what is a party? Tell me what you guys think a party is. Yes.
In-home basket, Facebook.
In-home basket, Facebook, she said. What else?
A group of people you're selling to all at once.
Yes, thank you. Awesome. Any room of people that have pulses is a Scentsy party. It's anybody. If you're going to the Super Bowl party with your friends and you're all in Bronco gear, it doesn't matter. That's a Scentsy party. Those are people. You can be sitting around the table while they're eating dip. They're picking up a tester and smelling something. So we have to think out of the box because it doesn't have to just be a home party. Now, home parties are ideal because you're killing 10 birds with one stone, ideally. If you invite 30 people, you're going to get at least 10 people to show up, likely. Okay, so you're going to get those 10 new customers every single week, which is going to get to your 50 clients, right? A month. But if you can't do the actual home party one month, maybe you got the flu, like I said, you may be able to utilize these other resources in order to gather orders. Send your husband to the football party like I did with a bag of bars and testers and order forms and have him set up the football warmer and see what happens. Fun things happen. It's really awesome. All right, so the first thing we're going to do once we say we just did an awesome month. Let's just, we all rocked it last month. We did $2,000. We have 50 new customers. What's our first step? Follow up when? Yes, but first before the 2 weeks. 2 days, 2 days. What are we going to say to those people? Thank you for your order and your business. It was so nice to meet you at the party or wherever, Susan's house, whatever. What else can you ask them? How is everything going? Is your warmers working okay? What is your favorite scent that you ordered so far? Now, here's an example of something that may happen. Oh, I'm not going to say that word. Darn it. Oh, this is a cute picture. Look at that. Oh, jeez. Okay, so there's this picture that I'm going to try to find for you guys. 2 days after a online order was direct shipped, okay, one of my fundraisers, a lady went on the online fundraiser. She ordered a breast cancer warmer for her aunt in California. I live in Vegas, remember, so it's out of state. And so 2 days after I saw that it got delivered, I gave her a call and I was like, hey, Brenda, this is Jess, your Scentsy consultant that helped with the fundraiser. How's it going? Oh, it's okay. How are you? Oh, I'm good. I wanted to see how you're enjoying your new breast cancer warmer. Oh, you know what? It is so beautiful, but for some reason it's not smelling very well. Really? What scent do you have in? Oh, I chose the Clean Breeze. That's why it was just Clean Breeze. I chose the Clean Breeze. Oh, that's a pretty strong scent. How many cubes do you have in? I have 3. Okay, is the light bulb lit up? Is it broken? No, it's shining bright in the sky. In the sky? What do you mean? Yeah, it's really bright. Should it be that bright? It's really bright. I'm like, the breast cancer warmer? Can you text me a picture, Brenda? Okay, let me see if I can figure it out. So, let's see if we can get to it. I get a text message with a photo of the dish sitting on the table and the warmer sitting on top of it. Oh yeah, I was like, this one's priceless. This one's going in the books for me. So I gotta find it. I printed it out, and of course I took a bunch of stuff out of my backpack at the hotel last night and totally left it there, but it's in I'll be able to pull it up before the end of the thing. But anyways, so yeah, if I never called her 2 days after she placed the order, it's very likely she would have been like, Scensy's not a very good product. I don't smell anything, right? So that would have not been good for our product, like reputation, as well as, do you think that she would have reordered from me? No, this stuff doesn't work. She probably would have packaged it up and called her niece and said, you spent way too much money on this. This does not work, right? Good thing it was for a fundraising purpose, or you just wasted your money. So anyways, these are things that sometimes we don't think about. We automatically think it's a warmer. You put in the bulb, you turn it on, and voila, right? It's not that simple to some people. So I, of course, teased her, and I was just like, oh, don't worry, it happens all the time. But I didn't want her to know that, that it doesn't. So anyway, so I tease her every time I talk to her and say, is all your dishes where they're supposed to be? And she's like, oh, Jessie, stop. So anyways, but these are little things that how you can create relationships, is little things that happen like that. It's actually a good thing that something silly like that happened, because I was able to fix it, help her, consult her, and she feels like she has somebody she can trust and rely on, that I'm going to take care of her. And I'm not just going to be like, calling just for orders. So that is basically a customer care order, the first 2 days, okay? Now, then we're going to call, this is 2 weeks, okay? What would we say in 2 weeks? We just talked to her after the 2 days. What would 2 weeks, what would we have to say? Okay. Everything's still working. Now here, how many people have had clients that have liked their bars when they bought it, but then they started warming it and they didn't like it anymore, right? If they bought more than one bar, it takes about 2 weeks probably to go through that 6-pack to try the different fragrances. So they're gonna go, you know what? Oh, I found it, yay. Even though I know you all have a visual, but I just have to show you. Why isn't it working? So when you think of getting scared to call, think of this poor person. What if they're like them? That's not nice. They need your help. Okay. So, yeah, do they need more fragrances that maybe they don't like the fragrance that they purchased? So what I always tell my clients is only try 2 cubes until you know you like it. And then if for some reason you hate it, I'll take it back, I'll use it for samples, and then I'll get you something you like. What's that gonna do? That's really gonna lock them in, right? Yeah. Okay, I'll stick with this chick. She makes sure that I get my money's worth. You're showing them that you value their money and their hard-earned income that they're putting towards this product and your business. So that's very important to really think about that. Another client, when I have a lot of out-of-state, because I do a lot of fundraisers, so I have a lot of state clients and out-of-state clients. And the other day I called to check up on one of my clients that actually was already a client. She decided to purchase through the fundraiser because she loves to help out with my fundraisers. So I called her and I was like, hey, Judy, what did you think about that new warmer you put and where did you put it? And she's like, oh, Jess, I'm glad you called. The light bulb came and it was broken. So she hasn't had a chance to actually use it. So good thing I saw when it was delivered and I called her 2 days later to check up on her. What if I waited 2 weeks even? That's 2 weeks without being able to utilize something she paid for. That's not nice, right? That's not fair. And then what are we doing? We're causing them to maybe go and use a light bulb they're not supposed to, right? And it's not going to melt their wax properly. It's going to void their warranty. All kinds of, or it can cause an electrical issue, which can be a hazard. All kinds of nasty things. So all you're doing is you're calling because you care. Right? Okay, and then the 2 weeks is also a good time to talk about samples. I just got back from World Tour and I have some Luna laundry care samples to drop off to you. They're gonna go, oh, what? Because they hear your energy through the phone. Now, I'm gonna share with you guys the biggest thing, if you take home anything today, is for you to understand that your physiology in your body is the key to your success. Now, what do I mean by that? Your physiology is the key to your success. Your energy, your attitude, the energy you're giving off to your clients. You want them to want to be around you. So if they're having a bad day and they find out that just the Scentsy lady's coming, they're like, oh, at least I'm going to have some fun for at least a little bit of time. Something positive is going to be coming into my life today. She's going to come with this cool packaged up doodads and all this crazy stuff, and she's probably going to throw some samples in there for something for me to try. These are things you want to be, that light, that shining star that when people think of you, they think of happiness. And when they think of Scentsy, they think of you and vice versa, right? So when they talk about their products, like she was saying, referrals, they are willing to share because people only refer, they make referrals only with products that they're confident in, that they use themselves and they're proud of, and to people that they're confident in. Because if they can't trust you and they know you're not reliable, they're not going to refer their friends and family. They don't want you to end up not ever calling their friend. Oh, buy this for me, but she'll never call you, right? So they're going to test you for a little while and make sure to see what type of person and business owner you are. So fortune is never immediate. It does take time, but if you are consistent, I promise it does become a virtue. A virtue in your behavior and definitely benefits as a fortune. Now, 2 weeks is the third phone call. Okay, this is when they're most likely to actually be ready to order. Now, who knows? They may be eating it and they want to buy stuff every time you call. I don't know. That's what I always say when people order a lot. But I say, are you eating this stuff? I know it's non-toxic, but it doesn't taste very good. So what I do this is something I just added that I want to share with you guys. This is like my safety. I know that they know it's time to refill. I made this little postcard up. It says time for refill on one side, and then on the others, this is a way for me to actually get to know my new customer, to hopefully become a client. And these are what I give at parties. And if I'm just, picking up an order for a new customer, I will have them fill this out for me. If it's somebody asked me at the last breakout, well, what if you're just taking an order over the phone from somebody that referred you to you or something? Then you ask these questions. How often would you like me to contact you? Every time I close a party, once a month, every 8 weeks, every 3 months, every promotion, every catalog change. Now, what can help you determine this if they have no idea? They're new to Scentsy, they're like, I don't know. What can help you decide how often you should contact them? 222, yeah, absolutely. Huh? The initial order, yes. Or also pay attention to what they're ordering. Is that what you meant? Yeah, like if they're buying a 6-pack, you also want to ask some questions like, how often do you actually warm your fragrances? Some people are like, oh, I only, when they're new, they call them candles, right? They go, I only use candles on the weekend. So, so that's only going to be like 2 days. So they may go through them a little bit longer. But if they're like, oh, I just leave them on 24/7, they're going to go through them faster, right? So that's going to help you. If they're buying laundry care, those are good questions you're going to ask. Are you going to be sharing the wealth and washing your entire family with this stuff, or are you just going to be using your stuff? Because some people kind of hoard it and they're like, this is just for my lingerie. So it's not going to take as long to go through. I mean, it's going to take a little bit longer to go through. So these are things that you can, as a business owner, really kind of think about with those orders. Another thing that I put down is, what type of party will you host for your refill party? What's a refill party? Why do I say that, not just for your party?
More product and you can help them earn it.
Yes, our products are all consumables, so they're going to need more products eventually. So you just have to decide if they're going to be buying from you or somebody else. And so the nice thing is that if you're at a party and you're asking who's going to be doing the refill party, what's happening is you're knocking out the fear of nobody's going to show up, nobody's going to buy, because guess what? Everybody here is going to need to reorder again. So the only thing we're doing is changing the hostess. Who's going to get the free and half off item? That's it. And one of the biggest things, have you guys ever been to a party and they go, I don't know anybody but these people, and that's why they don't want to host? We'll say, well, that's why you should host, because guess what? They're going to need to reorder. So you could just be the hostess next time, right? Okay, and then the last thing I have them fill out is, are you interested in an auto ship program? This is still new to a lot of people that have been around. Is it hard for you to remember that we have auto ship like me? So I have to train myself to put on the card to talk about this, because there's a lot of people out there that actually do like that concept, that they don't want to think about having to call you. They just want it to come. They just want their Scentsy just to show up at their door without any actions. And so there's actually people that want to be a part of that. So you have to make sure that you ask them, especially if they are buying the products that are a part of the auto ship program. Okay. Ooh, we're doing good time this time. I'm getting, after what? This is my 7th one, and I'm now getting good at this. All right, so I guess there's no internet in here. The part of my presentation or demonstration was for you guys to pull out your phones and get on your workstations, but I'd like you to write this down, so when you get home, to go to your workstation and get on your orders tab and sort by most recent order, because it's going to pull up basically everybody that has most recently ordered. And I'd like you to start doing your 222. Whether your last order was last month or not, and it's been well over 2 days, I want you to go through and start making those follow-up calls and saying, hey, I just want to check up on how's your products working, what's your favorite. And the most beautiful part of this is that you have an actual additional reason to call. I want you to shout from the rooftops and say, oh my gosh, I just got back from World Tour. I have all these fun new samples to share with you. When am I dropping them off? Or should I just drop it in the mail? So what you're doing is you're telling them, you're not saying, do you want any? You're saying you're getting them no matter what. It's just a matter of if I'm coming to you or I'm putting them in the mail. Okay? So, and then I also want you to pay attention to what they ordered last and really attach to their order from these samples, what would be the most ideal sample to link them to. So obviously, if they ordered Luna bars, you would like to introduce them to the new Luna conditioner that you have in your kits, right? For the laundry care, if they've never tried laundry. So this is an easy way to kind of sit there and go, okay, Susan, I should give her this. Okay, her husband said that we should come out with men's stuff. Well, okay, now I have the actual samples. We've had it, but I haven't had samples to give them. So now I need to have him try this out. So really be intentional with what you're going to be doing, okay? And now for the last 10 minutes, we're going to take just 5. I want you guys to get into groups of 3. And I'd like you to all go back and forth with being the client and the consultant doing follow-up calls. And I'd like you to critique each other and share with each other, what is their physiology? Are they giving you a good vibe? Are you contagious? Do you want to talk to this person? And be okay with them giving you constructive criticism, because it's the only way we can learn. And then after the 5 minutes, we're going to have some people come up and share with us and do some demonstrations, okay? Okay, the 5 minutes is starting now.
I think I know your husband.
Oh, Mitch.
You guys related from Vegas, right?
Yes.
Do you guys go to concerts and all that stuff?
Not a lot, but we go to them.
I'm in a motorcycle club.
Oh, he loves motorcycles. He used to have one.
I'm all about motorcycles.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm in a motorcycle club that's here in Orange County called LW Silverback.
Really?
My president is also my AA sponsor.
Okay.
And he's an owner of a clothing company called Heathen Clothing.
Uh-huh.
And we do like all the big like hardcore concerts. Like,
Cool.
I don't know if you guys are into that.
I need a business card if he gets on my business card.
At Lifestyle Cycles, and we're doing the America Ride, and it's 100% of proceeds.
How you doing,
going
Mitch?
to
I think I know you. Way back, LW Silverback Motorcycle Club.
Patriotic Service Dog Foundation.
LW Silverback. We're an Orange County-based motorcycle club.
Oh, is that right?
She works at Lifestyle Cycles, and that's where she met her team leader, Lisa. So we're doing a
We're
big.
doing this. She's going to have a booth there, and I'm going to be working, but it's going to be all proceeds go to the Patriotic Service Dog Foundation for events.
That's
So it's going to be
awesome.
huge. Music festival, 2 days camping, kids zone, everything. Anaheim.
Here?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, right on. May?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
Do you know any
it.
vets? Do you know any vets, please?
Oh, I know a lot of vets.
Yeah, he's a vet.
Same with my brother and my sister-in-law.
Oh, awesome.
You guys should try to come to that.
Oh, definitely.
Master of Puppets is the biggest Metallica tribute band in the United States, and they're headlining the show. So
That's awesome. Thank you for inviting us. That's awesome.
Oh, heck
Yeah,
yeah.
contact me and we'll talk about fundraising. I actually have a lot of videos too, so if you email me, I'll video some, send you some too. Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, she gave us a brown bag, had a bottle of water in it, and I think some candy, and I left it on the side chair right there, and I just realized it when I saw
Should smell under there.
I saw it when I saw it.
Okay, who wants to come up and volunteer to be my consultant? Come on, let's step out of our comfort zone. Remember, if we can't do it with our Sensi family, it's going to be hard to do it with strangers, right? If they haven't been a client already and they're just customers. So who am I? Oh, look at you. Awesome. Let's do it, sister. That's awesome. Give her a round of applause. All right.
Hi, Jess. How
Hi.
are you doing?
You know what? I'm good. I just got over the flu, but I'm doing better.
Oh, I'm so glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
So, since you haven't been feeling well, have you had a chance to try out those 6 new scents you just purchased?
You know what? My husband's been doing it for me, and I do really like that one. I think it's called pomegranate pear.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh my gosh, I'm in love with that scent.
Oh, I love it too. So that's your favorite of all of them?
It is.
Have you found other places to use the other ones you chose, like maybe a special scent for your bathroom or laundry room or kitchen?
Yes.
Sorry, kitchen?
Yes. I can't smell anything right now except for the perfectly pomegranate. But I think before I tried this by the sea, and gosh, I wish that would come in a scent pack one day.
You know what? The new catalog just came out and I just saw that.
That's so good! I can't believe it! I'm so glad I said something!
Oh my gosh,
Holy cow.
that is so amazing.
Oh my gosh. You know what's so funny? I think I'm actually on my last cube of perfectly pomegranate pear. But
No,
so
we'll
I'm
fix
sad.
that right up for you. Now, how often are you warming? Every day?
All day, sister. I do not. I get mad at my husband when he turns them off.
Okay.
I
I have the perfect plan for you. Do you know that we have an automatic order plan that drop ships straight to your home? You don't even have to think about it. And every month I can have an order on your doorstep so that you never run out or never forget.
In that scent?
In any scent you like.
I don't think we do yet.
Shoot, we don't?
Not yet. But you're doing awesome. I just had to make sure that you guys know
we were
that.
pretending.
Not yet. Not yet. No, I am testing you. Okay, so one thing I want to say is her energy is fantastic. And she was really, really listening to me. But one thing we have to make sure that we're paying attention to is we have to know what's being discontinued. So I said perfect pomegranate pear. And so the first thing you can do is say, oh my gosh, I'm glad you told me because it's being discontinued. So let's get you a couple 6-packs. Not just a 6-pack. Let's get you a couple 6-packs because it's 10% off. But you did awesome because you went right to the auto ship, which is great once we do have the bars available on the auto ship. She's just ahead of the game, that's all.
I'm ready for next
she's
winter,
hoping
I
that
guess.
Orville and Heidi hear up there with the voices. And but I think you did fantastic.
Thank
you so much in being vulnerable. Fantastic. Awesome. So she had everything. She was like this, okay? And you know what? If I wasn't a client, I would have known any different. I would have been excited. So, and if you know what would have happened, if she found out that it wasn't, I would have still been excited anyways. And because she's trying to make me happy. She would have been like, you know what, I'm so sorry it's not yet, but it's going to. But guess what? I'm just going to call you and make sure that you don't run out. That's all, right? Awesome. Okay, what are we doing, babe? He's so comfortable. He's just like reading stuff up here. Okay, so one more thing that I have to share with you guys. How are we going to remember to do all this? One thing that I always stress is use the amazing thing called technology. When I deliver any orders, I automatically put a 2-day, a 2-week, and a 2-month reminder in my phone for that person. Just automatically create that behavior in yourself to do that. Because if you don't, you will forget. Life happens. Busy schedules, kids' soccer practice, husbands that keep you busy, you know what I mean? Like, and distract you and make you go, what was I supposed to just do and say? I was going to do something, right? Does that not happen? So as soon as you deliver that order, before you drive off of the driveway when you've made that delivery, put it in your phone so it's there, and put a few reminders. Secondly, in your resources tab, you can print this off. This is amazing. I wish I had this when I first started. It's called My Daily Action Sheet 4, and you put the month, and PRV, TWV, GWV, 5 important things to do today. This week's goals, customer follow-up, leads, potential hostesses and current hostesses, personal recruits, new recruits, potential recruits. So these are all people to remind you. That was weird. Sounded like a chicken or something. Somebody like trying to call me? Somebody was trying to call me on my iPad. That's why I'm like, what is that? Anyways, written correspondence, catalog packets to mail. This is something we should start really making a list of who needs to get catalogs. These are your clients. Clients should be getting catalogs, okay? Callbacks for the day, errands to run, reports to run, shooting star, sensational start. So I don't need to, I mean, I pretty much did, but this is in your resources tab. Print it out. Do like 7, and that's, you have your whole week, and then you print out more. And then you get to see what you're actually doing every week. Remember they had us sit there and say, like, what money-making activities am I doing? You're gonna actually be able to see what you're doing every week. And is it working? And if it doesn't happen that day, just transfer it to the next day until it gets done. And I can't tell you how exciting it feels when you're able to go, bam, that's done. Bam, that's done. On page 5, in your workbook, here's another example. This one says name, order date, and samples. So if you give samples, make sure you write notes, because it's going to be, why are you giving samples if you're not going to follow up about it? Or if they call you and go, oh my God, Jess, I loved what you gave me in that sample. And I'm like, what did I give her? What do you think? What did it smell like? What worked? It's not going to be very productive for you on your end. Now, this is something that somebody else made, but you can make your own and you can read it. This is how you're going to eventually have clients, if you don't already, that will text you and say, I have an order for you, but I can't pay you till Friday. Have you ever had those yet? So this is a list. It says orders to enter. So I'll write their name down so I don't forget. I'll put it in the workstation and I'll put entered. And then here, once they pay me, I'll click check. I'll check it so I know. And if when I'm closing my order, there's people's names on here, then I know I need to follow up and say, hey lady, I need your payment. I need your order. You said you needed something. My order's going in. All you're doing is following through. You're basically following through with what they expect you to, because they told you they have an order to place. And then this is just another version of the potential recruits, potential hostesses, and potential customers. So this is kind of like my dream board for the month. Is if I know I want somebody to become a hostess, I will put their name down. And that makes me remember to actually make that call to talk to them about hostessing. Okay? Because if we don't make these goals every month and we don't visualize who is going to be our hostesses and hosts, it's not going to happen. So visualize what your business is going to look like and be every month. And you will create that consistency, and you will really be able to come back next year and tell me that you have established the fortune because of your follow-up. Thank you so much. Oh, did you have a question?
If you send to them on your samples, do you follow up with that? Like, do you call and say, hey, did you like that sample?
Yes, okay, her question was if I sent to the month samples, which I do I follow up to talk about whether they like it and if they want to place an order? Absolutely, because you don't want them to call you next month when it's not still on sale, right? They're going to be like, oh, but your flyer says 10% off. Oh, yeah, but I didn't call you then. Because here's the thing, it's your job to get their order and follow up, not theirs to call you. Don't expect your customers or even clients to call you. You're going to be very lucky when you have a handful maybe of people that actually call you when they need stuff, but that's after a lot of training and a really long established relationship. So get used to being the person, whether you give the information or not, still make the ball in your court, get their contact information, and be the one to follow up. Okay? Anything else? Any other questions? All right, well, thank you. That was a good question. Bye, guys. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
picture of the postcard.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let me spread them out for you guys. Absolutely.
How about your little forms too?
Yes, I'm gonna spread them out for you.
So this is from that.
Yeah. Oh, sure. If I have any left, I'm gonna give you one. Everybody keeps giving. I should have brought more. I brought a big old stack and they're already gone.
Hey, baby, you want me to kill it or what? Or let it keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that bag. I left.
Thank you. You're welcome.